Chef Ben Ford knows how to go whole hog, as in roasting one to wow a crowd, or serving up a fish fry for an entire hungry neighborhood. His latest book offers a blueprint for creating such epic meals. Taming the Feast is published by Simon & Schuster's Atria Books, a division of CBS.
Ford is also the man behind one of America's first gastro-pubs, the critically acclaimed Ford's Filling Station, now with 2 locations in the Los Angeles area. Chef Ben Ford, welcome to The Dish.
Oh, it's great to be here. Thanks for having me.
First off, we got to ask you, because we've been getting a lot of tweets about this, about your dad.
Yeah.
Of course, Harrison Ford, the actor, was in a small plane crash, scary one recently. How's he doing?
He's doing fine. You know, he's healing up, and he's he's got some boo-boos, but he's getting there. He's
great
getting
to
there.
hear.
Yeah.
Let's get to this amazing rustic meal in front of us. What exactly are we eating?
Well, we've got this is actually a fresh ham. It's got a bone in, which my stepfather has told me that if it has a bone in, you can pick it up, but I think we'll probably just carve this one today. We have a fregola, which is actually like a couscous type of thing. It's toasted. It's actually a pasta type thing. It's got some fennel and some preserved lemon in there, which is really nice. These are some gigante beans that have been sort of pan-fried or give them some crispiness, and we have some calvanero, which has got a great sort of earthy flavor to it. There's a little bit of some walnuts and some cheese in there, and then we've got some cabbage here with a sheep's milk cheese and some thyme.
These are just roasted then?
Yeah, and just roasted. The idea, you know, the big thing with pork, especially something that's not been really over manipulated, is it's got a subtle flavor, it's got a sweet flavor to it. And so you see people a lot of the time going towards apples and pears and all this kind of stuff, and it turns into this fall dish. And so I was always trying to find a way to sort of make it applicable to this time of the year where we can enjoy it. And, you know, to me, this is a good Easter type of meal or something that we can enjoy during the fall and during the spring.
Tell me about this beverage.
And that is a bourbon maple smash, which is, you know, I wanted
name.
something lemony once
I
again,
love that
something
name.
that was bright and would go well with the other flavors that we have here on the table. And bourbon is a natural partner with pork, so you know we always try to enjoy those two together.
It is really light. It tastes great.
So you started cooking family dinners at what, 12? Including a salmon in the dishwasher?
Yeah, well, you know, I'm a kid. I was born in the 60s. You know, in the 70s there was some sort of French chef who came out and did a cookbook about the salmon cooked in the dishwasher, and I thought that was marvelous. And you know, I tried doing it actually more recently. And with all these different settings they have now, it became impossible. So I don't know how to give the recipe for doing it nowadays, but yes, I did start doing sort of that. Adventurous cooking early.
We saw some pictures of you with your mom there. Now she's a gardener and a cook, and was she a big influence on you?
Yeah, I mean, she did a lot of different creative things. She was very interested in cooking. She was very interested in art. She was an illustrator as well. And we always had a garden in the backyard. And so my conduit to cooking really was through putting my hands in the soil as a young person. Right. And then, you know, it evolved to taking it to the kitchen and cooking it.
But your first career direction was very different.
Yes.
Baseball.
Baseball was what dominated my life from the time I was 10 till I was in my early 20s. And it was just you know, I think when you choose something like that, or baseball kind of chooses you at an early age, you really have to, you know, donate your time to that. Although I always loved cooking, always was doing dinner parties, just didn't really realize how much of it I was actually doing. So when I hurt myself, I got a couple of my mom's drop a pen videos, some of her kitchen knives, and I literally went to San Francisco and started beating on back doors and did it the old-fashioned way.
That's what's so great about your cookbook, because I think sometimes people, when they're hosting large dinner parties, they get intimidated. But you really have a scaled-down version of every meal, so you can cook for a group of 10 or a group of 4.
Yes, it was very important for me in this book to be able to show the whole animal cookery type of thing, but then also and also a lot of the imagery and stuff like that was there to sort of demystify and empower people to cook that way, but also it's there for people that, you know, for it to work, it's got to be tamed down in the home kitchen. So everything is scaled to 8 people, 6 people, and you can enjoy a feast.
I want to hand you this dish and get your signature on it. As I do that, we want to ask you if you could have this meal with any person, past or present. Who would that person be?
This is the toughest question I get asked a lot, and I get asked it quite a lot. But I think Mark Twain would be the one.
That's a great choice.
You know, I love sitting around with writers. I grew up around a table of. One of the reasons I love feasting like this is being around a big table is because I grew up around being around writers around a table. For one reason or another, my parents cultivated these types of friends. So, a writer. Definitely a good storyteller.
Great pick. Chef Ben Ford, thank you so much.
Oh, my pleasure.
For more on his recipe, go to our website at cbsthismorning.com.